Hey everybody, this is Grace. I'm on my way to get some fruits. Some fruit bowls, I guess. Kroger, a lot of places have them. But I'm going to Kroger this time. The little bowls that have like cut up cucumbers, sliced cucumbers, or chopped up watermelon, and all that other stuff, honeydew, I think. And I really like those. I've realized lately, if I have to sit there and chop it up or peel it or whatever, I have too much going on. And I like it in a bowl. They're $5 a bowl. You know, it's not. It would be much if you're frugal type. I'm usually a frugal type, but it's better if you buy them and do it yourself. But no, thank you. Okay. Anyway, lately I've been thinking a lot about people like chaos creators. That's what I've always called them for eons now. They just, whatever it is that they do, there's the people who try to buck the system or beat the system. Those are actually two different things. But and by doing so, sometimes it's just as simple as that they, the people I've mentioned before, like they don't want to take that extra step, and it creates so much problems because they don't want to do it. Now, I gave an example one time before. I don't drink coffee, so I really don't know how much people feel about their coffee cups. I've heard somebody have an argument because somebody took their cup, but I'm not a coffee drinker. I cannot remember ever having a cup of coffee, ever. I'm 61, so anyway, but somebody that's, say, at work or at home, I don't know, and you have your cup, like you wash your cup, your coffee cup, and you have it sitting right there at the coffee machine, and somebody else, one of these types, the chaos creators, they go up there and they see the other one mine is probably in the sink. I don't want to have to walk over there and get it. So it's, this cup is right here, so I take it. No matter how many times you told them, or like if you're at work, they shouldn't be doing it anyway. That's my cup, or they just take it, okay, and they use it. And then it creates an issue for some people because they're so attached to their own coffee cup. Okay, I know I say it as though I don't know it's a thing, but I've heard it's a thing. Actually more like it's somebody's tumbler or something like that, in a home. I don't know. I don't take anybody else's stuff. I really don't. Okay. Adam called me right then, and whenever that happens, I have to go right back through the program to do the video and all that. And but lately I've been thinking I really need some time to myself. That would be nice. I mean, it's nothing new. I've been saying this for years, decades, that it's just too much. Chaos creators, too much. But anyway, one of them today I want to talk about is, I've said it as though it's just like some people who don't respect boundaries. They don't want to take the extra step, even literally, just to go over there to get their coffee cup, or to go over there and do this, or lock both locks on the door. They just don't want to take an extra step. Some want to say it's lazy. No, there's a purpose behind it. Somebody else in their minds could do it, or whatever. Like I've said before, we don't know what truly motivates ourselves, much less somebody else. But today it's a neighbor, and I've talked about neighbors before, that some of them, like the one who just drove through our yard where we have these sprinkler system, and that's an easy way to bust up a sprinkler system. But because he was wanting to deliver some kind of thing in his yard, a heavy rock. A big, heavy rock. Boulder, I guess you could call it practically. Maybe it is called that. A boulder. It's big. And that's, I don't know how many years ago, but we went through our yard, and I called him. I saw him doing it. Like, really? I didn't say anything. I told Adam I don't know what Adam did. I don't mess with those neighbors that have the nerve to do stuff like that. Yeah, no. And Adam doesn't like me too, because he knows I will tell him off. He thinks of me as bad cop. Well, he decided to tell me I was bad cop years ago. I didn't even know what the expression bad cop meant. I mean, I could figure it out easily enough, but I'd never heard it before, because, you know, I don't watch that. Generally didn't watch TV and stuff like that. And, yeah. Okay, anyway, this particular neighbor is one of those, Adam has said all kinds of really negative things about. I'm going to park here for a little bit. And, under the shade. And he sees the guy owns a construction business. Many of the people in our neighborhood it goes from doctors and lawyers, and then you have also business owners and engineers like Adam, social behavioral scientists like me. Gotta add us in there. And just a overall variety. Police officers. Yeah. We actually do. I've seen several of them. Not visiting people, but they live there. You know, visiting for whatever reason. But no, they live there. So, it's an interesting neighborhood. Although I think I am the only person that I've seen in our area that is, yeah, I'll just leave it there. Anyway, this particular neighbor has, I used to have a really bad one, and they finally moved back to California, but they were really bad. I mean, the woman was, the guy wasn't, and the child wasn't, but the woman was. And horrible person, really horrible person. And so much to that, including that, well, at least, you know, I had contacted the postmaster or whatever it was, because my mail kept getting stolen, and they literally went out and did an investigation and said, yeah, somebody in your neighborhood is stealing your mail. And once they left, and along with their employees that were there for, you know, I felt sorry for this, for a child that needed 24-hour, you know, 24/7, 365 health care workers. But I caught one of those one day walking toward my mailbox, and there's nothing there but my mailbox. And I kept having a bunch of mail stolen. It was a really bad neighbor. Once they moved, that all stopped. Coincidence it could be, of course, right? But no, it was pretty bad. And I mean, mail stolen, that's not good. I'm a victim of identity theft, so nope, not playing with that. And no. Okay, anyway, I don't want to tell the whole story of what happened recently with that, the latest one, the newest one. Not the newest one, well, the latest situation with the one that's still there. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But, neighbor, it does seem, you know, Adam doesn't like either one of them, really. But, you know, Adam's one of those who, he doesn't like them, but he has a lot of conversations and then says stuff, bad stuff. I guess it's in their family this way. But, okay, everybody's going down the wrong way, and I'm parked the wrong way. Okay, you may have heard at the end of that me sneezing. It was a cough sneeze. Yeah. Anyway, it was this thing that Adam had gone out and you know, our trash day came around. Then he took the big, you know, the big trash cans they, you know, give people to put all your trash in that for your own individual house. And then they have one for recycle. for your own, house, not for the whole neighborhood. But and he washed them out. Went on the back on the side where he does all that of our house, and to use the, get them all washed out and cleaned and everything, and then left one there. I don't know about the other one. Right near that place. And I saw it when I walked out, and I was thinking, here we go. This is going to be something. Hey, somebody's going down the right way. But, and it did. It became something, because if things aren't like, well, let me finish just telling it. I'll let you make up your own mind. But, so he had it there, and then he didn't go back out and get it after, like at night, later at night, and put it back where it belongs. And next day, sure enough, it was gone. Just gone. Stolen. That's what one would assume. And then Adam went to that neighbor's house. Why would it be to that neighbor's house? Right. And I was upset. I usually don't get upset because I don't get involved in this stuff. And because, like I said, Adam thinks of me as bad cop. Oh, that is so funny to me. But anyway, I heard him out there, and I walked out, and the sun was real bright, so it was hard for me to see, and they were talking, and he was talking to that guy's wife, and I have never thought of her as the most honest person. Okay, she's, I think of her more as someone who hears something, she's a rumor spreader, gossip, isn't it gossip monger? I don't know. She spreads rumor, malicious gossip, that kind of thing. And she does things, that's bucking the system, beating the system, that I can tell, and she shouldn't be, things that you shouldn't be doing. Which one is that, buck or? I think that's buck the system. You just shouldn't be doing that. But some people, Anyway, I tend to stay out of everything like this. And, well, he was talking to her, and he said, oh, that's okay. I heard him, some of that was, he told her just to keep it, and he would order a new one. I was like, oh, crap, here we go. Again, the second time I said, oh, crap, here we go. Yep, you leave it out, they're going to take it. I'm telling you. And this time I said stuff, and he got ticked off that I said to him when he got back. I said, this guy does this kind of stuff. And, oh, yeah, you're going to hit one another, huh? Because you're going the wrong way. But this guy does all these kind of stuff, and he causes so much problem. The husband. Okay, he's between my age and Adam's. And I said, he does this kind of stuff, and he causes everybody else problems. Or just, yeah, things like some people come to our door looking for them. People sitting there on our street watching for them. Creepy stuff. Okay, and just a whole lot of stuff that there's evidence that this is the problem of this person causing this, chaos, this, so much problems for people. Wow, okay. Anyway, squirrel moment. But, and so I told him, I said, no, you go back and say you want our trash can, the big one. We're not talking little ones. We're talking, about 5 feet tall, maybe. I don't know. Well, they're probably shorter than that so people can get in them, but put their trash in. But they're tall, plastic big things. And he got all upset, about it. And I'm saying, no, this guy has done so many things that you should know. I mean, I didn't say you should know, but, he should know. Anything that comes from this guy is because of this guy is going to cause problems. And I'm not talking just between us. Okay, so, and So I wound up calling the cities to ask questions, but so did he. And yeah, it was going to cost us, $20 a month. There's no thing. But I was calling about, well, that is a big thing because we shouldn't have to. That's my thing, This is not our problem. This is his problem. But he's going to make everybody else things his problem, anybody he can. And he just feels comfortable doing that, because yes, he came over and got our trash can in our yard, in our part of it. He said, well, he didn't say it, but his wife told Adam that, he just thought maybe it was somehow his, and it got behind the fence, the fence between our houses. Yeah. Anyway, so Adam was over there, and I was like, oh man, and he came back, and I said, no, we can't let this happen, because really, you let somebody do something like that to you, they're going to keep doing whatever they want. And that family, they've always had problems with things like trash cans, mailbox, not somebody stealing their mail, just problems, just trust me. And because they create their own chaos, okay, they create their own problems. And like I said, they want everybody else to have to pay for them some way or another. So anyway, Adam and I got in an argument, and he was not going to win. No, I don't care. He guys raised his voice. I raised mine too. I don't usually do that with anybody. Usually I'm just like shaking my head, saying, man, learn a better way of coping, a better way of being a mature adult. I don't care who it is. They're an adult. Be a mature adult. You keep your voice calm, cool. Be calm, cool, collected, and have a disagreement. But this one, because I could see it. I could see it warming up. That wasn't going to be the end of it. And sure enough, and Adam, said something. I said, well, I'm going to go over there and get it myself. Plain and simple. He said, you go. I said, oh, you bet I will. So I opened up the door, and that woman was at the door. Not at the door. I guess she heard me tell him, and she backed up a little bit. And she started telling me, started, all this, and, her husband said this, and losing my voice, this is what happened. And she come up with some, it was a story that her neighbor, they're at the other part, but her neighbor has her trash can behind her fence. Projection much? And it was some story that family, they have young children, and they're young. They just moved in recently, and I was thinking, wow, what a way to start your new life in a new neighborhood, is to be doing something like that, but I wasn't fooled, really, no. And so she went on and on telling this, weaving this story and everything. None of it made sense, because as young as they are, she said that that the young woman who has young children, the woman would probably be in her 40s, maybe. If not really 40s, 30s and 40s. 30 to 40, somewhere around there. 35 to 40. I'm going to get out in a minute. And so then when the neighbor said, that woman has parents, plural now, I've never heard of this, plural, parents, not grandparents, but parents who wear, those, something like Depends, the diapers for adults, and the woman doesn't have her own trash account for trash and everything. They just don't want to do it. And so she said that the woman said that she takes all those diapers and goes somewhere and dumps them. This didn't know. Just no. no, no, no. I mean, the woman's not old enough to have a parent, unless her parents, both, plural, like I said, plural, married kind of late and had her kind of late in life to be independent and not capable of going and whatever. The whole story was just too much. And so Adam went and got our trash can back. The woman was saying, for us to take it. And I told her, I said, well, they were going to charge us for it. And, and I finally walked off. Yeah, I just walked back in the house and said, I'm not dealing with this. See, I have all this stuff going on with my health. I really don't need, nobody needs this crap. But when you have a chaos creator around you, that's the whole family. That's not the only family in my life. And no, they're not either the only family. I've seen this my whole life. People causing problems for other people. And a lot of these people, they do say that they're Christian or, that they believe in Jesus, whatever religion it is, it's not only Christians that believe in Jesus. And they'll say that they are, they believe in the scriptures, they believe in what they should do and what they shouldn't do. Like, love thy neighbor. And I'm not the best at that. I admit it. Hey, I admit it. I am not a perfect person. I do consider myself as a Christian, but I am not good at that. But I'm learning the whole thing. I'm going through this now. We're still trying. To say, it really is that whole thing. We saw, some of us probably saw it on the news, whatever year that was. That you kind of love, you have to show love and not hate, And I know the opposite is apathy. Opposite of hate, opposite of love. All of it, really. Is you just don't get that involved in difference in a way. But I'm really, think more like, yeah, you have to, like it says, pray for them. Some people make it very difficult. The whole thing is so easy to love somebody who's just like you, because they are opposite than us. I'm an independent. They're opposite, I'm just going to say they're opposite than I would think about anything. No. I don't see a solution for every problem, that comes up that I've created for myself. I don't see any reason to create problems for myself like that. And if I did, which I don't, I would see no reason to lie, to tell stories, to make it other people's problems. I'm not of that mindset at all. And that whole family is kind of like that. They want to, like I said, buck or beat the system. And I'm not saying I'm superior, because like I just said, I'm not the perfect person for certain. And I will admit to it. I would say, point a finger at myself just then. So, I wonder what this coffee and pastries place they took over here. I mean, if you can tell what it is, it says it right there. Coffee and pastries. It's the name of the place, I think. But anyway, it took over. Used to be a Cato there. But I wonder what it's like inside. Squirrel moment again. Okay, that was my head popping. But anyway, I don't know. I just, so they're going to cause us problems. We have to take time out. We get in an argument, and that's something. Whoa, you're a little close. Think of how many people you've seen pass by right there going the wrong direction. It's very common. I'm serious. It's only a one way, right here. But you see, like that kind of person, like I'm parked wrong. I just said that. There's nobody for like 7 or 8 parking spots because I'm way out here. But now if something happened and I would have to say, oh, I created some chaos, but I don't think any chaos will be way out here. I'm not going to go up and take my half out of the middle, or park between There's one parking spot in front of me and parked right in the middle there either, or the middle on the other side. I have to add something about this kind of thing to my video. But no, really, you know, some people can really cause chaos for so many people. And there was a reason why this is on my mind again, was because I've mentioned before that far too often people park legally. It's legal. It's not illegal. It's legal to park, but behind our driveway. Okay, the roads aren't that wide. There's enough for 2 cars to go by. But if somebody parks on the road, that narrows it down quite a bit. Especially if they park away from the curb too far. That's not legal to do, but they will. And that neighbor has had people leave their car before. It was a really weird situation, let me tell you. That we didn't know whose car it was, and I had to, in order to get out of my, our driveway, we have big SUVs. In order to get out of there, I had to kind of, they would park on the other side, have people park on the, this side and that side. I would have to maneuver it quite a bit to get out of the parking, my driveway. Okay, and one time we found out later on it was one of their friends, their adult children's friends, left a car there, and apparently had left something in it, like a sandwich or something. She didn't know for certain, but when I would back up, I'd see all these bugs, like not just flies, but bugs on that car. It was a car, and it was like, I'm afraid someone's in there dead, like in their thing. Anyway, as it turns out, it was somebody had went somewhere and left their car there and all this kind of stuff. But so that caused problems for me backing up. Well, today, this big, I don't know what you would call it. It's kind of like, maybe you'd see that. I don't know if you would see that on a train, maybe, where people put, well, something like that, where people put, like tree limbs. They were finally, like a year later, cutting down a tree that needed to be cut down. And this, whatever it was, had trees limbs all over it. And I heard the noise. My dogs went crazy, and I looked out the front, and they had dumped that thing right there at the end of my driveway. And Adam finally went out because, bad cop here. I didn't say anything to any of these people. I just looked out, and I was like, oh great, here we go again. And I thought it was because of that guy. Wouldn't that, the neighbor, wouldn't you make that assumption? Yeah. But no. Adam went out. The guy had gone down the cul-de-sac area and came back. And he was passing it. Adam asked him, why is he leaving that there? But he was actually coming back to get it. So, okay, anyway, the guy was coming back to get it. And he had just dropped it there. So that made absolutely no sense. But, I'm talking like right then, and left and came back. And it was basically, he told Adam that he was supposed to be doing some renovations at one of the houses. Well, before I left to come here, I rode in it. That was like 30 minutes ago. I don't know how long ago before I left. 30 minutes, an hour before. And it wasn't there either. There was a cul-de-sac down there. There's nothing there. So something was fishy about it, but, I don't really get involved. I was just curious. Was the guy lying or what? Well, every day I like to have little mysteries that I figure out. But I hope they don't happen. But when they do, I'm kind of curious, because like in, people far too often, like in neighborhoods, you can drive through there and you can see people just dump their cars, old vehicles, things like that. They just leave them there. Or like that one road where I go to leave my neighborhood, you know, the whole subdivision. I had video after video for days. Somebody left one of those. You know, I don't know what that one was. You know, one of them, that one had trees in it, but the other one, it locked on the side and just left it away from the curb as usual. Not right. What, you know, you have a certain length you can do, and on the other side, this big SUV would park. And Adam got mad at that one and kept telling me, you know, whenever we'd leave, honk your horn, lay on your horn. No matter what time of day or night it was. No, you know, I lay on my horn during the day, you better believe, because I was sick of it. And then now we have somebody has one of those pods things on right across the street from the guy who has a big white new Bubba truck and has those side view mirrors that go way far out, the big ones. And yeah, and that's where he parks on the other side of that street. So you're gonna have a big pods on one side, not the little ones now. No, it's gonna be a big one. And then that guy's where he parks his Bubba truck, and has caused problems. Not the neighbor, but the other neighbor that does that. Not the one that went to California, because this is Texas. Oh, okay. I'm just getting out of the house so I can vent. This is my way of venting. You know, I've actually vented before when I was really angry. Not angry. I'm not a person who gets really angry. I get more like, I was using that word I said I didn't know for certain how you pronounce it because I hadn't heard since I was really young. Perturbed. That was a good one. But anyway, I was also going to mention that, you know, I keep saying petty, and when you know, things about being petty, and when I started, okay, in one of my videos, I said that I was probably going to stop making some of these videos public, but just store them under private. And I did one, and I said, the ones I still have, probably about 5 that I need to make public, I'm going to make public. I mean, some of the stuff you just would not believe. And it helps me more with all that I have going on right now with my health. You know, my blood pressure rise. My blood pressure was actually good recently. But with all that, I need to vent. And what works for me, I've been online, had my first computer since 1982. And this has always been since 1990 or something. Yeah, a good way I've found for me that works for me. I'm not saying anybody else it works for me. Is to vent and know somebody out there might see it. I don't depend on anybody seeing it. You know? It's just good for me to do. It's just good for me. Okay? Nobody has to watch it. And back then, nobody had to read it. Nobody's being forced. You know? Anyway. What else? What did I not finish up? It's starting to get kind of busy. Oh my goodness. They're starting to park closer. But anyway, it was just too much chaos, you know, so much. I have a whole lot of things I want to talk about chaos creators, really, because, and that, you know, I think we are starting to hit rock bottom as a, you know, I can't say we, but in my world, in my social world at least, if I could even call it that, not really, just what I see, what I observe. Because far too many people, not everybody, this is not a one-size-fits-all, not everybody, and all that kind of stuff, but far too many people do not respect boundaries of other people, do not respect other people, and that whole crap people threw out there, that they must really feel invisible or something too. I put out there, you have to earn my respect. That whole word, I used to say it so sarcastically. Earn it. Who the... What the? Yeah, no, you treat people, in my view, treat people with respect. Anybody. And if they do something to lose your respect, that's a whole different story. I'm not giving anybody any advice, but that's my opinion, my way of looking at it. Because what happens when people think that, oh, I don't have to show anybody respect. And that's how it will be for small-minded people. For people who can't think, wait a minute, we should all have respect for one another as humans. Just have respect. And far too many people these days, what I see is, this is more of a result of that, because that's been going around that started going around how long ago? You know, they just park in the middle of the street. Adam said the other day, some guy, he was driving down, he just parked the car. Some guy on probably that same street, just right in the middle of it. And I had that happen when I was doing the deliveries. I haven't done those in a while. You know, for the health insurance, these people just right there. There's a guy right in front of me. You know, he just stops his car and leaves it right there, right in the middle of the road, and I'm right behind him because, you know, we were in the same neighborhood. I had a lot out there. I think I had 2 or 3 out there that day, maybe. I don't know. But, you know, people just don't have respect. Too many people, not everybody. Too many people aren't showing respect for other people. And so people who throw around these things like, oh, the Karen, that's racism, sexism, and ageism, by the way, in my view. And I'm, you know, a social behavioral scientist, so I have a clue. And, you know, that's somebody actually speaking to the manager. And of course, they you know, I think, I have never seen one that I thought was real. It's, you know, yeah, it's fiction. Whatever it is, video, whatever. So they, you know, but they're generally are white, middle-aged women. So I'm wrapping this up. I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.